Hop in my 6'4" and let the top dine. Trunk hitting hard when I swing through H-time. Cup full of oil and an orange kush sweet. Cause this is how we do it in that 713. My candy red paint cocked up on foe. Shocking and body rocking cause the south side ho. DJ Screw got me falling asleep. This is how we do it in that 713.
Welcome to Sports with Balls. Here are your hosts, Jeff Michael, Leal, and
I gotta
Grant
fix my
Myers.
shirt.
What up, what up?
I guess I'm not here.
Happy Thanksgiving Eve.
What
I don't know
happened?
where you're at, Grant.
That's all right. I won't be on camera anyway.
Oh, did do the three.
I don't
It's not all it's just
don't know.
Jeff Michael and Lauren Leal this evening on Sports with Weibos.
Yeah, screw me. I'll be over here. Don't worry about it.
Johnny.
Don't worry about
Listen, y'all. Listen.
There he goes.
Listen,
there he
I
goes.
already said it. Man, golly.
Listen, welcome in. Tomorrow is Thursday. And I will play Jeff Michael tonight. No, I'm just kidding. Take it away, Jeff.
Thanksgiving Eve, y'all. Sports with Balls here on a special Wednesday because it's our Thanksgiving edition. I'm glad that we did this as well because there is a lot going on. Some good, some bad, some sad. Tons of stuff going on. Welcome to Sports with Balls. We're here at 7 o'clock. We're here till 8 with you guys. No games on tonight, so if we run long, we run long. I don't really care. Lots of stuff to get into, man. Like, what a last couple of days because we had the show on Monday, and then now it's Wednesday, and I've got my notes are full. Like,
yeah, no, my tabs right here are ready to go.
you're ready to go, Grant?
Yeah.
You're ready to go?
I mean, it's crazy though. You know, like I was just talking to Jeff. I know we're going to get into it about. It's college basketball.
Yeah.
And for me, it snuck up on me.
I think it done on all of us.
Like, I get hyped for college basketball when it starts, like all the turn, and it's just like.
You said it was you said college basketball started today, and I was like, man, I saw something about it, but I truly didn't believe it because there wasn't a kickoff. There's not like an opening tournament anymore.
Tip off?
No March Madness.
Yeah,
Remember, there's no March Madness.
Just,
I mean, there was a March Madness. There wasn't, where they kick off the practice season. I can't, for whatever
Memphis
reason.
won today, though, so that's
Midnight Madness.
Midnight
Madness.
Midnight Man. I was like,
There was no, there was no
That's
Midnight
all.
Madness.
Yeah, usually
just kinda,
you have a crowd and you've got the midnight game, and you usually got what's his name, the college commentator,
Dick Vitale
screaming at you,
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, welcome to Sports with Balls, y'all. 7 o'clock edition on a Wednesday. Happy Thanksgiving Eve to everybody. Before we get going, everybody be safe for Thanksgiving. I know they got all these weird. Don't gather. Y'all gather as much as you want and do whatever you want. You care less about all that. But sports with cojones, let's get going.
Oh, there you go. We're doing the Spanish version.
hey, if we're talking about Turkey Day, I know Grant called you out earlier, apparently.
Yeah.
Wanted to see a
He
real
did.
live one.
He did.
I did.
In person?
Called me
Yeah,
out
you
on
wanna
Come up
see
here
turkey?
to Christian's Tailgate.
You want to see turkey? There's one right there.
Well, listen, just because you did that, I mean, this coming up Sunday, I'm going to post my lines. I'll say them today on the show, and I'll post them on Sunday because I even went against you on Monday night's game, which
Yeah,
we'll
you
get
did.
into in a little bit, and I won that one because Grant went 2-11.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was awful. It was terrible.
He's like, I'll straight up
It was
admit it.
bad. No, it was bad. It was really bad. But like I told y'all in our little group text that we have, my last time I went was terrible. Next week I went 10-3.
So I would take Grant's bets this week. We're about to get into them. And that being said, let's get into some sports. 2-minute drill with Lauren Leal, brought to you by Joe Applewhite. Joe Applewhite Realty, 713-291-5270. Looking for somewhere to move, home, apartment, whatever. Joe's got you covered. He's even going to help you. You mentioned Sports with Balls. He's going to help you pack up and move. This guy does it all. Oh, and by the way, which we failed to mention on the show on Monday.
What did we fail to mention?
That he's on the little Kroger carts again. You know, when you go grocery shopping, his face is right there
I
on the
was
Kroger
literally
shop.
at Kroger's today.
Which one?
I forgot. I think it was in Rice Village.
Now you're going to have a bunch of stalkers at Kroger.
Sitting outside
Well, I
waiting
was
for
shooting.
her.
I was
I
shooting.
know she shops here.
I was shooting at the. No, I'm not. Sometimes in that area, but I was shooting another show at Rice University today. Stopped by there afterward, so you may or may not see me over there sometime. I don't know. But anyways, like Jeff said.
Hey, my boy Ted on here says it's hard to support your show with that guy wearing that ugly shirt. And I know he's not referring to my shirt. Shots fired.
Shots fired at
I
the
love
boys.
Yeah.
Thank you,
I've
Mr.
never heard it
Leal.
before.
Johnny says, "Bring it on."
That's original.
That's new.
That's original.
my cousin John watching, Ted, Garrett, Lottie, Mrs. Leal, Vicky, we love you as always. Jonathan, Let's get the show going. What we got? What happened? Because there's a lot. Let's roll into it.
Can I hear that whistle? Boom. It's time for the 2-minute drill, 10-minute drill, whatever you want to call it. It's the drill. So
The drill with Leal.
Yeah, the little drill.
The Leal drill.
Yeah.
Leal drill. Let's do it.
There you go.
Say
I feel
that-
like I need a
say
hammer in
that
my
10
hand and I'm
times.
putting a nail in the wall or something.
You want
Like a
props?
drills.
You want
want
props?
props?
Yeah.
Drills, like,
Now we're gonna have to have.
Like Carrot Top.
Gotta-
Y'all remember Home Improvement?
Remember Carrot Top? That guy.
Top.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Carrot Top started doing steroids.
We're gonna get
Did
into
you see that cat
Yeah,
recently?
he's
Like,
Really?
he's fucking, oh, he's big.
I
We're
need to
gonna
go
get
look
into
at
some
Carrot
sports.
Top.
I swear.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it eventually.
We will. But I was thinking Home Improvement
Leal drill.
drills, whatever. It's time to get to the 2-minute drill. That may be the last time I say that tonight,
Yeah.
and maybe not.
I like Little Drill. I like
Lil
that.
drill. All right. So, due to the coronavirus quarantines, the head football coach of Vanderbilt is considering using the talents of female soccer star Sarah Fuller to be this week's kicker versus Missouri
Love
on
this story.
Saturday. It's awesome. Little did we know this pandemic was going to be groundbreaking for women in that way. How awesome. So Derek Mason has been at the university since 2014 coaching. He said, she's an option for us. I'm a female, so I am
Really?
absolutely just like
Didn't know that.
in awe of this, and I think it's incredible. What are you guys' thoughts?
She'll be the first. She'll be the first female. I think they've had somebody suit up prior to, but not in a Power 5 conference. She'll be the first female to suit up for a college football game in a Power 5 conference, a major university. And as a kicker, they have tried her out, and I think they're 1 for 5 on field goals already this season. There's a good chance you see her kick a field goal, and they're playing Missouri. This will be interesting. I'm all for it. I think it's awesome. Good for her. Now, are you going to see women in football all over the place? No, but in her defense, like, this is awesome. Good for her.
What's interesting too is she's the goalie for the team. What are your thoughts, Grant?
No, like you guys said, I think that's awesome. I mean, I'm all for women playing in male sports as long as the rules don't change. There's nothing like, as long as the women can play along with the men, and we're not having to make special situations or circumstances for them. If they can get in and play with the men and succeed and do well, man, I'm all for it.
Yep.
I'm all for it.
I agree on that point. And say goodbye to your little boy. for
Yeah, my son.
Thanksgiving.
He's gonna have Thanksgiving with
He
his
actually
mom.
said something to me tonight. He didn't
Yeah.
talk to me on Monday.
He's, but like I said, he's shy, but once he really gets to know you, he won't leave you alone. So, like, it's good that you're not, it's good as you're not on him. Like, at least if he's not talking to you, that's actually a good thing, because it'll be nonstop. But yeah, I'll get into it later with the Jeff 5. I'm kid free for the first time in like 7-8 years, Thanksgiving. So this will be interesting.
Nice.
Kid free and single.
There you go. All right. Well,
Recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
the Jeff 5 coming your way in just a little bit. Well, we're going to get to the second 2-minute drill, and that is Tampa Bay Rays outfielder Randy Arozarena was caught on camera allegedly trying to kidnap his daughter in Mexico. Now, that sounds really strange, but his agent, Abel Guerrera, spoke for the player, and he said, the only thing I know is he was hypersensitive about making sure that the child's needs were being taken care of. Apparently, Rosarena sends money down to the child's mother and wanted to make sure that the child was taken care for, and he will likely be held in Yucatan for 48 hours.
This is, for as much praise as we gave this kid during the Astros series, Randy Arozarena, I mean, he basically single-handedly destroyed us. For as much fame as he's gathered over this playoff season, this is just a wild story for him. I mean, he got arrested for something. They don't just arrest you for absolutely no reason. He got arrested for doing something, and the full story hasn't come out yet, but I hope it doesn't derail his career, and hopefully it's just sort of maybe something that just needed to happen for right now, and then he'll get over it. But this is a weird situation.
Yeah, when you hear things like this, you never. I mean, I didn't read the story. I just saw the headline, and who knows what the details of it are? Who knows what it came down, what happened? I mean, I find it odd that he's being accused of kidnapping his own kid. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the situation.
It's very weird.
I don't want to speak for and make any judgments on it when I don't know anything. But yeah, I mean, anytime you have parent relationships that aren't copacetic, it's difficult.
Big word.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I'm a smart guy.
It's early. It's only
Both
9
of
minutes.
y'all-
It's only 9 minutes into the show.
No, but
And I don't even know if I said that right, to be honest.
Copacetic.
Yeah,
copacetic.
yeah.
Don't
Now-
nobody understand the words that are coming out of your mouth.
I know.
No, I don't have any children, but y'all both do. I mean, how do you feel about this as
You got
parents?
2 children, one to your left and one to your right.
Yeah, that's
This
right.
is true. This is true.
Most definitely.
Like I said, this is an icky situation. Let's wait till more details come out before we jump the gun on him, but just very weird.
Yeah.
All right. So next we go to the college football rankings. We got the top 5 area for you. Number 1, Alabama. 2, Notre Dame, surprisingly. 3, Ohio State. 4, Clemson. 5, Texas A&M. You mentioned it last show.
Yeah.
Aggies are pretty hot, even though they haven't played in the last couple of weeks.
Aggies are really good. Notre Dame being number 2 is iffy. They beat Clemson, and Clemson didn't have, obviously, Sunshine playing for them. So it's sort of an iffy win for Notre Dame, but they're number 2, and you knew Alabama's number 1. Clemson's going to be up there. This was the first time. For people that don't understand, it takes a while for them to get the play. Like, there's always college football polls that come out,
Right.
rankings, but
Right.
this is the first playoff seeding polls that come out.
Right.
So this is the first playoff seeding ones, and A&M's number 5, and good for them. We'll see if they can hold it.
The interesting part that I see on all this, Notre Dame. Hey, look, anytime Notre Dame is really good and is undefeated, no matter what kind of
Yeah,
quality
they're gonna
team
throw
there
it
are,
in there.
they're going to be high. But the thing that was surprising to me is you have BYU. BYU, who's 9-0. They're not in a Power 5 conference. Obviously, they're independent, so they can't. They don't have that kind of. They don't have that kind of deal as far as being in a conference. But I mean, they're 9-0, and they've played some good teams, and they've destroyed some people. And you've got BYU at 14. So.
Yeah.
If you're BYU, that's one of those things where does a team like BYU deserve to be in that
Every
if they
year,
end undefeated?
and COVID's going to play a role in this. So every year you've got 2 or 3 teams that come out.
Especially with
that are
coaching and Nick
undefeated.
Saban.
Yeah, Nick Saban, obviously if y'all haven't heard, Nick Saban got COVID again. This time he
Right.
apparently does have it, whatever, and won't be coaching the Iron Bowl versus Auburn this weekend. But there's some things that are going to happen with these little teams like the BYUs. If they go undefeated, do they get put in? I don't know.
Well, and then this season's really weird because then you got Oregon at 15 and Oregon's 3-0. They've played 3 games. So, I mean, are you telling me Oregon deserves to be there when they've played 3 games and somebody like Marshall who's 7-0? Now Marshall probably hadn't played the same quality of opponents, but still, I mean, they're 7-0.
I know.
So
it's so hard to judge this year.
But
So
it's the
hard to
first
judge
one
this
that's
year.
come out, so I'm not going to trip out yet just because
Yeah, it's the first one.
season's got to go.
Let's
But
see-
still,
let's
that's
see
the thing I see off the top.
There's a lot more football to be played.
All right. Thank you, Dad. Lonnie said happy Thanksgiving, team.
Lonnie!
Thank you all for watching out
I don't
there
think I've
and
met
joining
Lonnie.
us.
I haven't either.
He hasn't been to one of these. He's been working a lot, so but he'll make it out to one. We encourage
I met
anybody
Vicky. I met
to come
Vicky.
out.
Vicky's a little firecracker. Met
She
Vicky. Met Vicky.
That is right, Vicky.
She is. She'll talk your ear off too. Love you, Mama.
She'll talk your ear off, but I love you, Mom.
She talked your wife's ear off.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
oh no, my wife learned a lot. She learned a lot from talking to your mom.
All right, mic off now. So
I need to make
She
sure.
didn't have to probe very hard
need
either.
to-
Mom was just
I
giving all the
need to call. I need to
information.
call Vicky for some stories, and then
That's
we'll have a good episode.
I mean, I believe your son just got sent off with her mom. I
Yep.
can ask her for some stories too.
Oh man!
So this can work both ways, Jeff Michael.
Don't do that.
All right, guys, we turn the coin to some sad news that broke not too long ago. So Marcus Paul, the strength and conditioning coach for the Dallas Cowboy, has died today at the age 54. He was rushed to the hospital on Tuesday, canceled practice despite the Thanksgiving game tomorrow versus Washington, and said it was unrelated to COVID. We mentioned this earlier about no news would break. Soon it will. I'm sure. It's the family that doesn't want to tell any news yet. But this was his first season as a strength and conditioning coach for the Cowboys, although he had been working with the team. This was his second season. 5-year playing career in the NFL and coached for various teams prior or after that. 3 championships in New England. He coached with New Orleans, and then 11 seasons with the Giants. Just sad news. Rest in peace, Marcus Paul.
Yeah, it's and for your funny guy that was making jokes about my shirt, one of the things I'm doing is trying to
Represent.
Mr. Paul.
Really?
I just made that up. But no, I think that's
terrible.
I think that's no. We got Thanksgiving game tomorrow too.
I know, that's why.
But that's
Don't
out of
blame
respect
it
for
on
this
the
man.
death.
That's out of respect for this man.
This
But-
is the average lifespan of an NFL player is 65 years old, or 64, I believe. That's how old they live. Like, that's it. It doesn't shock me that something happened, to him. He played in the NFL for a long time.
Yeah.
Played for some really, really rough teams in the early and mid 80s and late 80s, and I think his last team was in 1993. Played for Tampa or something like that. I mean, the guy was a football player.
Yeah.
So it's obvious that this was either a heart condition or a brain condition. Something happened. He collapsed, and for these football players, their longevity of life is real short.
Yeah.
They go through a bunch of car wrecks each and every day. So prayers for him and his family, and that wish nothing but the best for him.
Yeah, he played from 89 to 93 with the Bears and the Buccaneers.
Yeah, they kept calling it a medical emergency. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
No, go
but they were calling it, Cowboys kept calling it a medical emergency. Actually, Leal Collins, their starting right tackle, who's not playing right now because he's hurt, he actually did an Instagram post saying basically like RIP, like, before they even made an
Before news
announcement
was
about
released,
it. So,
right. Yeah, thoughts and prayers
On
go out
something
to him.
better, Vicky, your mom just said you can call me anytime. So, Vicky,
Whoa,
we're getting phone calls for some stories.
I have a dad.
I know, but Vicky said, she said, I'm here for you, Jeff. LOL, you can call me anytime. So,
there you go.
Vicky, we're gonna get
goodness.
together after Thanksgiving for some stories. That way I can just bust them out, because I did the same thing to Grant prior to, and that was a fun episode.
That was real fun. Yeah.
Now, before we have another sad note as well. Diego Maradona has died at the age of 60. Argentinian soccer player and manager from a heart attack. But he scored the Hand of God goal in 1986 and led his country to that year's World Cup title. And it was sad, guys, because he was just released 2 weeks ago from having brain surgery, released from the hospital.
He's one of 4 players in soccer, Pele being the other one, Ronaldinho being one of just icons in the sport. And he was a massive icon in football. Or in soccer, like massive. So there's people all over the world mourning his death today, for sure.
And I know you've been wanting to get into, you've been wanting to talk about that league.
Yeah. Well, soccer. The majority of his professional career was in Italy, in Napoli, for their professional organization. But his club games that he's played, he's 312 goals, international goals 42. Like Jeff said, when you talked about international football or you talk about soccer, it was Diego Maradona was the guy that was a big deal. I mean, they basically called him the god of soccer for the most part. So, big loss.
Yep.
Huge loss for the sport. Lonnie, your father just said I can call him too, so we're good.
Oh my gosh! Okay, enough of the information from my family. Okay.
Mark's paying attention now with him and his family, so we might have to keep it a little PG. Maybe. I don't know if they're watching or not.
Yeah.
But
honestly,
Well,
I
he
thought
said he
Mark
puts
might have been here
headphones
tonight.
no, Mark's at home. Thanksgiving tomorrow. They've got. We talked earlier, and he's got everybody comes to Mark's house now for Thanksgiving, and that's I get it. Like, that's frustrating. When you used to go everywhere else, you just show up with your plate with the foil over it, and you put it down on the table. When everybody comes to your house, it is frustrating.
Yeah, it's different.
The house has to be spotless, which I know
different deal.
Natalie's probably got it like cleaned as anything, but like it's you've got everybody over, all the kids, all the family. That's frustrating. But I'll be there, Mark. I'm coming.
All right, there you go.
right.
There you go. My parents are hosting tomorrow. Are y'all hosting?
My brother and sister-in-law are doing that. So
Okay, so you get to go somewhere else.
yes.
Okay,
yes.
so it's good
I
on
will be
your
going
part
somewhere.
I told you, I'm kid.
Nice.
I'm kid free. I'm kid free and single for the first time since I can remember, maybe 8 years. So
Oh my gosh, Chef's gonna go wild.
y'all call me.
Do not tell
That's
that.
danger.
That's so dangerous. All right, and we will end this 10-minute drill on the most exciting thing that we didn't realize happened today, but college hoops has begun. What's the most exciting matchups that you've watched, you've heard about?
Well, he's really
Sorry.
excited about Memphis.
Memphis
so-
won. Memphis won. I was.
Of course
excited.
he's excited about it.
Yeah.
What was it? What was the final?
I don't know. They won by 24, I think.
Okay.
That's
Now,
good
how about you,
information.
Grant? You're a huge college basketball buff. You love
Well, I
this
just
stuff.
like college sports in general, but football, basketball. like we said at the beginning of the show, it's been hard to get into it just because of how it's been. But yeah, it's always exciting when college basketball kicks off.
It is still weird. You mentioned this at the top of the show before we got going. It is still weird that ESPN didn't drop anything. There was no promos for this. The only thing that I heard about college basketball that Ivy League pulled again.
Yes.
And so I had no idea they were kicking off today. Usually there's promos everywhere for college basketball starting. Like
You're right.
The Midnight Madness that we talked about.
Yeah.
Everywhere. TNT, TBS, ESPN 1, ESPN 2, ESPN Deportes. Everybody's got college. When it hits, it hits. And it was very strange that there was no promoting it.
This could be due to political reasons, but not going to get into that.
Yeah, well, and also, too, you have holiday tournaments, and some are being played right now, but you've got the big thing around Thanksgiving and Christmas. There are holiday tournaments, and they're big tournaments, and a lot of good teams play, and it just has kind of been, I mean, it's just, it hasn't been played up. But, yeah, I'm excited. I don't want to get super stoked and excited for college basketball to start, and we go through all this stuff, and then they do what they did last year and cancel March Madness. I'm sure they'll have a different mindset, and they've already talked about having the whole tournament in one centralized location, which I hope that happens. But it's weird to think we will not have a defending champion coming into this season. We don't have one for last year.
That's true. So would you rather happen, like at least have some college hoops and then maybe March Madness gets canceled? Or would you not altogether not have it at all so your hopes don't get up?
I would rather not have it at all. If they're not going to have March Madness, like last year sucked. Having all that build up all the way up and then not having March Madness, like that just sucked.
I think they have a plan for. They wouldn't start unless they had a plan going into it. If something gets bad or whatever, then they have a plan coming up.
Unlike
Look,
MLB.
they've already moved the entire March Madness to Indianapolis. All the games will be played there, right?
Yeah.
So that's already in one part of the plan. So I think they've already got it kind of figured out. They wouldn't start it unless they had something. We're not going to go without March Madness this year. But moving forward, Roy Stanton's watching and Mark Boardman is watching. So
Is it that time?
I think we might have to get some thanks.
All right, we want to thank Roy Stanton and Hybrid Technologies Group because they are the guys you can rely on for phone services, cable services, cloud services, anything like this. You call Hybrid Technologies Group at 832-336-1201. They will hook you up, mention Sports with Balls, talk to our boy Roy Stanton, and he will give you the hookup, like I said. Cable services, phone services, cloud services, anything you name it with your phone, cable, whatnot, they got you.
I'm going to apologize to Mark and Josh right now because I'm not going to bring the pointing and the energy into this that Lauren just said. I'm not going to count down to all the things they do on my fingers. I'm not going to do that.
Did you guys notice something? Because Jeff always gets on me, and of course, if you're only listening to this through the podcast, you can't see, but I wasn't looking at my screen. I looked down 1 second to look at the number, and that's it. And you always point that out.
Hey, guess what? It was a little bit more energetic. It came out a little bit better in the end. Way to go.
Yeah, that was awesome. Congratulations. But I want to do my part, though, now.
You do your part.
Do you?
We want to thank Mark and Josh. Mark and Josh and Construction Concepts. They are changing corporate culture one design at a time, from hospitality, corporate, luxury, retail, and medical facilities. Their team of experts can update or create a space that exceeds your expectations. Give them a call at 713-589-2682 or buildithouston.com. You don't do that.
No, I don't do that. That is a Grant special.
That's right.
I can't do that. In
the future, I wonder.
Thank you, Roy. He said, "Great job, Lauren." Thank you, Roy. I'll try.
No, I thought it was great. I'm just saying I was going to disappoint Mark and Josh.
Dogging.
I thought Mark would be disappointed that I wasn't, boom, 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 shotgun in the camera.
We always look forward
down.
to the what?
If y'all are listening to this, if y'all are listening to this on the podcast, which obviously the podcast is growing exponentially. Find us anywhere. I'll throw it in. Find us anywhere on your iTunes, on SoundCloud, on iHeartRadio, on Pandora, any of your wherever you get your podcasts. Just type in Sports with Balls and we're there. Also, if you're not watching this on the podcast or
what are you doing with your life?
You should see us live because it's very entertaining.
Yeah, definitely come up here to Christian's Tailgate. It's always a good time.
They're cooking over here. Did you smell that?
I was literally just about to talk about the cooking.
I'm taking. And you got really excited about it, so I want you to talk about it.
No, because we were on the same page.
Okay.
Amazing tacos.
Sorry, I'm over here having a beer, Bud Light seltzer. You have these things?
I haven't. Last time I tried to get one, they didn't have them. I'm having Lone Star. A true Texan has Lone Star.
Are those pretty good?
They're not bad. I mean, it's a Bud Light
Like
seltzer.
you try one of
sorta
these
like
things? No, I got my water and my Red Bull, and I'm good.
Yes.
Garrett
What
says
is
UT
your-
basketball this year, huh?
Oh, I know. UT basketball. They play today. Looking forward to that. Thank you, Garrett. I can always count on him to bring up Texas.
Well, Garrett, look, I know
Sometimes
the question.
I get
He's part
distracted.
of the UT alumni guys,
I know.
and he gets all that information. He
Yeah.
loves UT.
Garrett
as a
hangs out with you.
shrine.
Garrett hangs out with you quite often. Like Garrett, what's her drink of choice? So
Yeah, I was just about to ask you, what is your drink?
So we'll wait on Garrett's
Don't
response on
worry
that.
about it.
I bet it's wine. Some kind of wine. You look like a wine person.
Why you say that so negatively?
I just wine like that's
So
just.
many people are going to be drinking
Oh
wine
my
tomorrow on
God.
I
Thanksgiving.
know, but it's wine.
So
Like, that's-
speaking of tomorrow
It's a
football,
given.
But I'm not
It's a
whining.
given. It's a given.
You act
just
like
wine.
I'm whining.
I don't know.
But is it wine though? Is it wine?
Garrett will answer in a second.
It's wine. Yeah.
He's doing something secretive, and I don't know what he's doing. But
We got football tomorrow, y'all. One
No.
game. What? Okay. Sorry. I mean,
What happened?
What happened now?
I don't know. What's going on? What are we
No.
doing?
Golly, we're gonna need an hour and a half.
shut
we're
it
going to
down. Let's
recap
just
Monday
shut it all
night's
down.
game
Oh, that's right.
because
Okay.
Jeff actually he got it right. Not actually, but he got he pulled for the Rams.
What a smart man,
While
Garrett.
Grant
Garrett,
pulled
Garrett
for
said
the
no
Bucks.
comment.
Thank you, Garrett.
Smart.
Cross.
Yeah,
Thank
Garrett
you.
Garrett's
And
learning.
listen, I
He's
got
learning,
it.
He's learning early.
I wasn't trying to dog Grant on Monday at all. He just had a bad week. All right.
Yeah.
So
no, there's called
and-
momentum. It's bad and good. I
and
was
then-
having bad.
So
Yeah.
So he
So momentum.
Yeah.
he went with Tampa Bay, and I was like, you know what? I was gonna go with Tampa Bay, but since he said that, I was like, nope, I'm going with the Rams. And sure
pretty
enough,
genius.
golly, what do we, man? What do you think? This game, Tom Brady again just looked. I mean, I can give you. I'm sure Lauren's got a bunch of stats pulled up and stuff, but like, I'll give you something real quick. The Rams are 32-0 when leading after half when Sean McVay got there. Brady's was 1 for 9 with 2 picks with throws over 15 yards.
So look,
Whoa.
I'll say this. So the Bucks were not on that side of the ball, but they were elite in the run in stopping the run.
Yes.
They only held LA to 37 rushing yards.
Yeah, he threw 51 times. Goff did.
Yeah, so he did, but they were a lot of short passes,
yeah.
maybe not over 10 yards. And Cooper Kupp went off. He had 11 receptions for 145 yards.
He had 100 yards in the first half.
Yeah, in the first
There you
half.
go.
And so did Robert Woods went off too. They found something in Tampa Bay's defense, who Tampa Bay generally has a good defense. They found something with these short little patterns. And don't get me wrong, Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods were also breaking tackles. Like, yards after catch were insane during that game. And like I said, Goff threw 51 times. And Brady, he was missing his top offensive lineman and was off. I mean,
was gonna-
off.
You make it sound like this was such a blowout by
No.
the Rams, but it wasn't.
No, I mean,
It's only a
they were.
3-point deficit.
Yeah, but you were expecting a blowout. You were expecting the Bucks to come in. Like Grant had said on Monday, once they lose, they really go 3 back to back to back, and they win. And you were expecting them to come out. It's Monday night. They're at home. This is Brady's prime time to shine. And, like I said, 1 for 9 with 2 picks with throws over 15 yards.
I'm going to say I think this is something about Bruce Arians.
Bruce.
I know that a lot of people are saying Brady did not play well at all. Brady played terrible. I mean,
And they still only lost
It was
by
an awful game. But who led the league in interceptions last year? Jameis Winston.
Jameis
And the
Winston.
year
Who was
before?
his coach? Bruce Arians.
And also Carson
Bruce
Palmer.
Arians.
And also
Yeah.
Carson Palmer the year before. And who was
Correct.
his coach?
Correct.
Bruce Arians.
So I think this is something about Bruce Arians. I think this guy runs an offense, and that dude will take risk. And
Yes.
I don't think he encourages this. Obviously, no coach encourages turnovers. But I think Arians, his offensive philosophy is a little bit herky-jerky, flinging around, throw it. Like Bill Belichick was disciplined. They had a game plan. They ran specific plays to what they were trying to do.
And they cheated.
You think Jameis Winston is sitting at
Jeez.
home watching this game going,
I know what that's
yeah, I
like.
know
I know,
exactly
right?
what that's
I know
like.
what that's
did that.
like.
Like it's not just me, because everybody gave James
No, he's
Winston
still-
so much shit for how
Correct.
many
Yes.
turnovers he
They
did, and how
do.
many interceptions. But dude, he still averaged over 400 a game.
He's still upset that Hill started over him. Let's be real.
Oh yeah, Jameis Winston is not a bad quarterback.
Well, and I'm not saying it's all on the head coach. I'm just saying
He is risk taking.
There's a pattern here, and
Sure.
he's part of the pattern.
I agree.
And this is, Brady's definitely not the Brady that he
Who's
used to
better? Who's better? Even though you saw the game, who's better, Bucks or Rams?
be. Well, right now the Rams. The Rams are better.
Well, so this is what I was going to ask you, and you brought up coaching with Bruce Arians. But looking to the other side of the ball, the Rams defense, they didn't have to rely on Aaron Darnold at all, even though, like, he was still great. Goff threw 2 interceptions. Rams couldn't get anything going on the ground, but, of course, they came out on top. Do you question Sean McVay's play calling?
Well, they weren't that great last year. They were a hurt team last year, so that has something to do with it. I just don't think Goff is that good. I mean, I think Goff is good. I mean, I think he's an average quarterback.
I'm with you.
I think he's an average quarterback that McVay makes better.
That whole division, right? That whole division is insane with quarterbacks.
Yes.
Drew Brees, Kyler Murray, Tom Brady, Jared Goff. I mean, dude, wow.
Yeah.
Like that whole every game in that division is ridiculous.
Yes.
And you have to throw the ball to keep up with these teams.
Yeah.
Sean McVay's a genius. Like he is. Jared Goff just isn't as good as Sean McVay would like him to be, but he's a sustainable quarterback.
He's manageable.
Yeah.
He's getting paid, guys.
Look, they look.
That's what Jared Goff is
I told
doing.
you. I said this a few episodes ago. They will go back to the Super Bowl. Their defense, they might have the best secondary in all of football. Jalen Ramsey, he can lock down Metcalf. He can lock down Hopkins. You know, you look at the receivers in that division, he can lock them all down. Jalen Ramsey was their best draft pick, what was it, 2 years ago? I mean,
he came
No, he
over.
was
He
traded.
was,
He was
traded from the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
traded
I was
from the
like,
Jaguars.
he
that
was
was-
in Florida, yeah.
That was 2 years ago, and their defense, their secondary is good. Now, don't get me wrong, a couple of those, he threw 3 interceptions, Brady did, and a couple of them were just give-me's, but they lock players down. Jalen Ramsey is an incredible defender, and I like the Rams. I really do. Their defense is ridiculous.
Well, to your point, the team that has given up the least amount of yards on offense this year, LA Rams. They are they make up for deficiencies that they may have from the quarterback. So that's what you have there. I think Goff is manageable. McVay's a smart guy and can manage him appropriately. So I think that's what makes them good is you have a really good head coach. If they have a better quarterback, I think the Rams will be unstoppable.
Okay, so you like what Sean McVay is doing.
Yeah, I mean, what was his second year being a head coach and they went to the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
Like,
and I told you he's 32-0 and leading after half since he came over. That's
I
insane.
like
That's
him.
crazy.
I like him. All right, guys, so moving on. We know you won that pick. Thanksgiving NFL doubleheader tomorrow.
Jeez.
Grant and I are more excited about this than
Oh my
little
God,
Stephen A.
dude.
negative.
Y'all that are
Jeff
watching
Michael over
or
here.
listening, like, are y'all excited about tomorrow's football games? Like, for real? Are
It's
you?
football, and you don't have to work, and it's Thanksgiving, so you get a bunch of
It'll
food.
be on like a parade, like the Macy's Thanksgiving parade. It'll be on, but are you really paying attention?
There's a question. Would you be more entertained by the Macy's Day Parade or the football tomorrow?
You don't want to know my answer.
That's what's important to know. Yes, I think I agree with you. The games for tomorrow are not your choice. Like if you're like, what games do we have on Thanksgiving? Not your choice, but it's football on Thanksgiving. Like
It's
it
tradition.
could be a different
It's
alternative,
America.
and I'll take that.
It's how it goes. So we got the Texans kicking off in Detroit. So Houston
Wow.
is going to play the Lions at 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Texans are now 3-7, while the Lions are 4-6. Neither of these teams obviously are in the playoff hunt. It's the second holiday game for Houston. They beat Detroit in 2012, 34
What's the line on this
to
game?
31. The Lions lost last week because obviously starting QB Matthew Stafford was out. One of their top running backs was out, and their left tackle was out. They had a total of 185
Now,
yards.
if Swift plays, they're a lot better. If Swift plays, he's entertaining to watch. I mean, look, watching Thanksgiving football, it was Herschel Walker and it was Barry Sanders, right? Like growing up, there was Detroit and Dallas always playing. There was Tom Landry on the television, and Herschel Walker was playing, and you had Roger Staubach playing. That's how it got deemed the name America's team, because there was no cable television back then. There was 2 or 3 channels you watched on your television, and then the Cowboys got the networking rights to play for ABC back then. So that's why everybody loved the Cowboys, because you watched them every
Right.
Thanksgiving and all the main.
That's why they're America's team, yeah.
Yeah, and so I used to love watching that, and watching Barry Sanders play for Detroit was phenomenal. You just got to watch that all the time. You never really got to see him in prime time because they were a small market team.
Yeah.
But now we move forward to the Texans and the Detroit Lions, and there's not an Deshaun Watson. Okay, first of all, Cooks is out, and Cobb is out for the Texans. I don't know if
Stills is out.
I don't know if Swift is playing or not, but he's the most who's the most entertaining
Swift is
playing?
questionable.
Swift is questionable. So Deshaun Watson becomes your main, like who you're gonna watch.
We lost the light there. I am surprised that Detroit. I understand Dallas. I know I'm a Dallas homer. I understand Dallas continuing to stay as a Thanksgiving game. I'm actually surprised Detroit has continued to be a Thanksgiving game every Thanksgiving, because Detroit just has not been solid over the last 20 years. But
yeah, I wonder if is that contractual? Is that just
who knows? I think it's just habit.
Since they've always played,
Maybe it's just habit.
You leave them up there, but there's nothing entertaining about this game between the Texans and the Lions, except for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, that's it.
That is literally the only reason you would watch this game.
Arguably,
I don't even think Galloway's
he had his
gonna play.
best game last week.
Yep.
344 passing yards, 3 touchdowns,
380 of total yards out of the 399.
Yeah.
Like
That's
what
right.
he's
That's what we
responsible
mentioned
for.
on Monday. That's
Back to
right.
my point, what I was saying on this game's wow. So you're literally
Who
watching
are you
this
picking
game.
for this game?
What's the line?
-3, Houston.
I'll take Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take.
I'm taking Texans.
I think, and then you look at who's out for the Lions. You've got Galladay out for the Lions. You've got their starting cornerback Okudah out. You've got Amendola out. You've got all these guys out. I'm really quite honestly surprised it's only -3 for the Texans. So, I think that's kind of. Plus, I think Detroit's kind of given up, or going to start giving up now.
Yeah.
Guys, they had such potential at the beginning. Stafford's always such a good quarterback. Like he always puts up great numbers, but man, it's like
He had a lot of heart.
It's like a curse in Detroit. They have an incredible running back and
What do you
Barry
think's their
Sanders.
problem up there?
And then Calvin Johnson. Calvin Johnson just retires in the middle of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
He was, and now he's up for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Like, why did he quit at 29, 30 years old? He just got tired
gave up.
Well, he just got tired of the organization.
Yeah.
You think it's bad here in Houston? Like, the Houston fans, look, you think it's bad here in Houston. I can't imagine being a Detroit Lion fan.
Yeah.
Oh, golly.
Or a New York Jet. But moving on.
I'd be excited if I was a Jet fan. Like, look who you're
About
getting.
who you can get?
Yeah, wow.
Lawrence, all right. All right, so next, obviously, the second game that is tomorrow is the Washington football team is going to be in Dallas playing the Cowboys at 3:30 p.m. Central Time. Same record, 3-7, competing for first place spot in NFC East. Washington just broke a 2-game skid with a win over the Bengals, 20-9. We know Burrow went out. First victory back for cornerback Alex Smith in 2 years, which is great to hear. And then the Cowboys also snapped a losing streak. They last week, after 4 weeks, they pulled a 31-28 upset over the Vikings. This was Cowboys' also first road win of the season. Now, what should we watch for? And I have some things on this game, but what are your thoughts so far?
How much more are you gonna
for
pull
the
out?
Cowboys fan?
I thought you said it all.
Well,
what else is there?
I'm wanting to see.
On
I'm
to the
wanting to
next.
see how we do, because I'm telling you, that first game when they played I almost say the R word again. When they played Washington, that was I will say, in the history of watching Cowboys games, and I've watched a lot of them, that may have been the worst Cowboy game I've ever watched. Like that game against Washington last time they played, Washington won 25-3. The Cowboys total had, I think it was like 200 yards offense. Like it was awful. It was a terrible
talking about
football
week
game.
7.
Yes, when they played on the first, it was 25-3 was the total of that game. It was awful. It was terrible.
That's where I go. The strong rush pass that got to Andy Dalton that gave him the concussion.
Yeah, that's the concern. Is Washington's got a really good pass rush. They have a good defense. Their offense is terrible, but they have
That
a
wasn't
good
why
pass
he got
rush.
the concussion. That was a terrible tackle. The guy should have been suspended.
Oh yeah, no, that was the
it was-
pass rush didn't have anything to do with that. But it was just a terrible game. Danucci coming in off the bench, that had something to do with that, or Nucci or whatever the hell his
Does he
name
even
is.
play for them anymore?
I don't know.
Look at Grant's
Who
face.
knows?
Oh yeah, if y'all are listening to our podcast, you've got to catch our show live.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? knows.
Facebook, Twitch.
I'm just going to see if the Cowboys can build off offensively what they did last week. Last week, they ran the football. Dalton played well. He didn't play terrific. He didn't play great, awesome, but he played okay. Defense did okay. They got 2 turnovers. So I just want to see that progress to this week. I just want to see progression at this point. That's what I want to see. Do they get better week in, week out instead of getting worse?
Now, they had 180 on the ground last week. Will they do that again?
No, not even close. This is a rival game. These teams are going to go at it. It's going to be now. For as much slack as Dallas got for not returning the favor for the Redskins knocking their quarterback out, you better believe there's going to be some personal penalties in this game because neither one of them have anything they're playing for. I say that because of their record. Like, they could, if one of these teams, the Eagles, Giants, sorry, Johnny, Giants, I don't know, but like, one of these three.
He's just laughing over there. He knows.
One of these 3-win teams is going to get into the playoffs eventually, right? So It's sort of comical. It's like the comedy of the NFL of the NFC East. Who's going to get to the playoffs? One of them, you might get in with 6 wins. Who knows? Like I have no clue. But this will be a close contested game. I don't see a blowout. I don't see 100 yards rushing. This ought to be fun to watch. What's the line on
So
it?
who are you taking?
You got Dallas -3 at home.
Washington.
But both
So you're
of
going
the
to take
games
Washington
are
plus the
-3?
points. Yeah, you're going to take Washington to the points.
Yep.
I mean, I'm tempted to do that just because, but Dallas is two in a row against the spread. They won against the Steelers against the spread and won against the Vikings against the spread.
They have played
Okay.
good. They put up a fight versus Steelers, and I just maybe it's a revenge game for Dalton because he's pissed off. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have had that game against the Steelers. That's what's crazy.
Yeah. No, they've, like I said, they've been progressing. They've been playing better.
If they win this game, Redskins
And-
lose, Eagles lose, Giants lose, then all of a sudden you're going to hear all this hype about the fucking Cowboys again, man, and I don't want to hear it. So Washington, do your job.
No, I don't think you're going to hear any hype about it. I mean, it's hard to get hype over having
Because it
4
would be
wins.
3 wins. No, but it'll be 3 wins in a row, or not 3 wins in a row, but 2 wins in a row,
2.
3 great games in a row. You know,
Yeah.
especially if they handle and if they beat Washington by 10, 17 points, they're going to look like a legitimate football team again.
Look,
We know-
I'm going to take progression. Like I said,
Yeah.
I want to see progression. I'm not going to get excited. Let's just say they win the division and they go to the playoffs. They're going to be out in the first round.
Yeah,
So I'm
exactly.
not going to get super excited about it. I just want to see progression. I want to see the team get better. That's what I want to see.
Have some hope in your team.
I'm
Have
a
some
realistic
hope in your
part.
team.
They will get destroyed by whoever they play in the
yeah.
first round.
I know.
I mean, that defense is terrible.
All right, so you're taking Cowboys and you're taking Washington.
That's it.
Well, what
You?
I'm going to do is I'm going to tell everybody to go see my picks on Sunday, and then I'm not going to actually do my picks on Sunday. I'm going to go that route. So I'm going to go, you know what? If you just check out my picks on Sunday, you'll know where I stand.
Okay, look, no.
I'm going to go that route. I'm going to go the Jeff Michael route.
There is some shade going on over here.
This is the only 2 games we're picking right now. I mean, we're going to pick the other ones here in a minute, but I will post Sunday. I will post them at 11 a.m. on our Facebook page, Sports with Balls, and Twitter.
Whoa.
I'll put it on Twitter. I'll put it
There's
on
a
Twitch.
time and everything, guys.
That's right. I
You
like
got
it.
You got it. Because
All
now
right, because he hates the Cowboys, and he's not going to take any of that
Nope.
from Grant.
my picks will be up on Sunday.
All
So my
right.
2 picks for this one are the Texans -3, and I'll take Washington +3.
All right, so that wraps up tomorrow's games. We're going to move on to Sunday, running through them real quick and who we got, all right? So we are starting out with the Dolphins at the Jets. I think we both can agree that the Dolphins are going to come back.
I mean, what's the spread? I'm not betting. Like, if we're just going straight up, yeah, I think the Dolphins would win, but what's the spread on this?
You got Dolphins -7. The only reason I feel
Interesting.
I'm hesitate there is because Miami did not play well last game.
No.
Right.
And I think we've talked about it. Jeff and I have said, I think the Jets will get a win this year.
This could be the week that they get it.
And this could be one of those kind of, quote,
because
trap
Tua
game
was
kind
off
of deal.
and, of
I
course,
just,
putting Fitzmagic in.
I'd need to look at the weather.
-7 makes me nervous.
I'd need to look at the weather. Yeah, if it was -4, totally understand. I would probably take the Dolphins. -7, I think I'm going to go Jets +7.
Yeah,
Whoa.
that would be. I think I'm still going to go with Miami on that because, like Jeff said, it really depends on weather. But I'm going to go with Miami -7. But I hesitate doing that because I don't know. This feels like one of those games where some
It
stuff.
feels
could
like
go
this
down.
could be. The NFL's been shocking lately in the few weeks that come. Like everybody's doing this Pittsburgh thing, and I'll get to it in the Jeff 5 in a little bit, but Pittsburgh's played the weakest schedule in the NFL, and wait till you hear who their next 4 opponents are.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on, I agree with what you say about weather. Cardinals versus the Patriots. So we have Kyler Murray going up against Cam Newton. The Cardinals are 6-4, while the Pats are 4-6. What is the line, Grant?
You got Cardinals minus 2.5 in New England.
That's it?
Yeah.
I figured it would be way bigger than that.
Yeah.
I'm taking Cardinals all day. I don't think
Yeah.
the Patriots are even near as good as they thought. They got this kid Bird who played with Cam Newton in Carolina for a while, and he's really been shocking over the last couple of games. I think that they'll shut him down. I think the Cardinals are a really good team. Hopkins had an off game last game, and I think Kyler Murray gets back on track. I think they win by 14.
Oh, you're thinking
Yeah, I think
big
that,
one.
yeah, I think they're going to win big.
Yeah, New England's still, they have a good defense, but I just think of what did a guy that's very similar in skill level to Kyler Murray, what did he do against the New England Patriots this last Sunday?
Yeah.
I mean, Deshaun Watson can do the same kind of things that Kyler Murray can do, and I think that'll present a
better
problem
talent.
for New England. Absolutely.
With better talent
Correct.
surrounding him. All right, so y'all both taking Cardinals. Panthers at Vikings. Both only have 4 wins under their belt.
For whoever's watching this game, what's the line? What we got?
Panthers and Vikings. Vikings minus 3.5 at home.
I don't know. I don't know who's quarterbacking Carolina.
What's wrong with Walker, baby? He did great.
I mean,
last
I don't know
week.
if Teddy's back. PJ Walker, just why you said that, I'm taking Carolina. PJ Walker looked awesome.
Hey.
He looked good, man.
Yeah.
And if he lights a spark under Carolina, well, then great. The one thing, I know Mark's going to be upset about this, but they do not expect McCaffrey back this week. He'll be back next week. He is practicing, but he's got the red jersey on. They're not allowed to hit him. He's not coming back for this game. That, in turn, makes me think that P.J. Walker will be running around. He's going to make some plays. I'm going to take Carolina.
I will say the Vikings are coming off a high after winning. It was Kirk Cousins' first Monday Night Football game in, 9 seasons last week. So are you going against them? You going for the Vikings?
Well, last week they played the Cowboys. They didn't play a Monday night game. That was
it the week prior to that?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Week prior to
that was
that.
a week prior to that.
Apologies, guys. Apologies. Going off of just memory up here.
Well, I'm going to go minus 3.5 with Minnesota. I think Carolina, you kind of have a little bit of a high when you have this new guy, P.J. Walker, come in and everybody plays well. And plus, Detroit's just not very good. So I think Minnesota's a better team than Carolina. Minnesota obviously runs the football well. They'll control clock. So I like Minnesota.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to the next one. The Browns at the Jags. So I think it's a pretty obvious choice by record. However, I don't know if the talent stands behind the 7 wins of the Browns.
Okay, if this isn't 7 points, I'm going to be shocked. And I don't even, if it was 10 points, I'd still take the Browns. I don't even know the guy's name that's starting Jaguars quarterback. I have no clue. They are depleted. They're, who is it?
No, actually,
Jake Luton is not.
No,
Actually, it's
not
going to be
anymore.
Glennon.
It's going to be Mike Glennon. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And dude, the Browns actually have a really decent defense. They're not a bad football team. For Cleveland to turn their whole system around like this, Cleveland might run them, man.
You got Cleveland minus 6.5.
Yeah, I said 7. So yeah, I'd take Cleveland all day. But to your defense, I know you're going to say something about the Jags playing with heart the last few games.
No, I'm not going to say anything about that. I mean, Jacksonville looked decent against Steelers for a little bit, and they looked decent against Packers for a little bit. But you're going to have Cleveland basically do what it is that they do, which is run the football. Cleveland has best run defense in the run offense in the league, and Jacksonville's not very good stopping the run.
There you go.
I'd do that as well.
Cleveland minus 6.5.
All right, so this next one is going to be a fun one to watch. The Titans versus the Colts. The Colts has their best 10-game record that they've had in years. Phillip Rivers is hot right now. T.Y. Hilton's looking great. And then, of course, you got the Titans and Derrick Henry, always having faith in him. What is the spread on this?
You got Indianapolis minus 3 at home.
Ooh.
Do you know, like I said from the first show, the Indianapolis Colts have only allowed 6 sacks this season.
They
The
need to.
best offensive line in football. And the only way that Phillip Rivers is able to get any of the stuff done that he's been getting done lately is because of that offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
They are retarded good. And they've been doing it with a handful of running backs too, like Naheem Hines out of the backfield. You've got Jonathan Taylor, a rookie. Phillip Rivers looks like a genius, but it's because of that offensive line. That being said, Tennessee's got the number 1 rusher, him and Cook. But this is a tough game. This to me will be the most entertaining game. This will be fun to watch. If you're into smash mouth football, this is it. You saw what the Colts did to the Packers this past week. They literally came out in the second half, strapped on their helmets, and beat the shit out of the Packers.
Yes.
And I cannot wait to see what Derrick Henry is going to run into with this Colts defense.
So you've got, which is going to be entertaining to Jeff's point, to watch this is you've got a top 5 rushing offense in the Tennessee Titans. You've got the number 3 ranked defense against the run in the Indianapolis Colts. So something's going to give here. And, it's a huge discrepancy. Indianapolis Colts have allowed over 12 games, 892 yards rushing. Just to give you an idea, Titans have rushed for 1,500. So it's just going to be, strength against strength. And Indianapolis Colts have a really, really good defense.
What's
good
the
defense.
over-under on this?
I don't know the over and under on it. 42.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
I'm just guessing, but I guarantee you it's right there.
Oh, okay. So you're guessing.
You're
All right.
guessing.
Yeah, but that was a good
Okay.
guess.
I'm pretty good at
so
this
let's
stuff.
let's see if his guess is correct. So you got 51 as your over under.
Whoa! I'm going under.
Yeah, that's man.
Oh my
20,
goodness!
yeah, 25. Yeah. So
Can y'all believe
I think under would be a
it's
good
751.
Is it really?
Oh my
Wow.
goodness!
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun, baby. Let's go. Let's get some more.
Happy Thanksgiving Eve. All right, so next we're going to Johnny's boys, Giants versus the Bengals.
All right, what's the spread?
Boy, you talk about a game nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, dude, my God.
Jeez. Cincinnati. Like,
Dude, come on, Johnny.
I would
Even
care.
you know this game.
You cannot say, Johnny, that you were
Now,
excited for this
look,
game.
you can be if you're a Daniel Jones fan. This is a great game. Start him on your daily fantasies,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Daniel Jones should have a field day against that defense.
So you've got Giants, which probably will be the first time in a long time they'll be ranked. They'll be favored -6 against the Bengals, the Giants.
All right, so
Ooh.
okay.
Actually, I'm going to take that because here's the reason why. You lost Joe Burrow. Mixon's hurt. It looks like Giovanni Bernard might be hurt as well. This could be potentially an absolute disaster of a football game. So I'm going to take Giants -6, 6.5 all day.
And looks like stepping in for the Bengals quarterback is Brandon Allen over
Yeah.
Ryan Finley.
So Johnny, you might get
Yeah,
a good,
Johnny,
nice
yeah.
easy win this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might get something
So
going for
it
you.
might be at the top of the division. You might have the Cowboys and the Giants,
That's
or
right.
Washington and the Giants, or Philadelphia. Oh God, dude, screw the NFC East.
All right. So I know, right? Like it just gets such an easy ride. Now next, I think this is going to be a fun game, more than what the record shows. The Chargers versus the Bills.
I don't know. The Bills are a really good team. Look at who they've lost to. It's impressive. They have only lost to really, really good football teams, and the Bills are a lot better than they're the sneaky good team. They're really sneaky good. Like Josh Allen and them, they've got it going right now.
Yeah, so you've got the Buffalo Bills -5.5 at home against the Chargers.
I'll take it.
I like that too. I think Buffalo. The Chargers are weird because they're good, but they're not.
I'm going to hold off on that real quick. Where's that game being played?
in Buffalo.
It's in Buffalo.
In Buffalo. I'm going to
Because
see
the
the weather,
weather-
and I also want to see if Austin Eckler's back. I don't know if Austin Eckler is back yet. I know he
Yeah.
was on pace to come back. So if Austin Eckler's back for the Chargers, I might take the points with the Chargers.
Yeah, they're not giving any injury updates yet. You won't get those till later on in the week.
Friday.
Speaking of Austin Bauer, happy early Thanksgiving to you. Hope your date
Yep.
went good the other night. All right. And we are, can we move on? We move on to
Sure.
the next one. We got the
Austin
Raiders.
would like for you to move on.
And
Yeah, I
the
bet he
Raiders at the Falcons.
Oh, man. I like the Raiders. What's the spread?
Raiders, you have minus, which I saw this. I was all over it. Raiders -3.
Yeah, Raiders.
Gosh, such a close game.
Yeah, Raiders
Both
-3.
taking Raiders. All right, then we're moving on to this is the game where weeks ago we said, are the Steelers going to be perfect still once they match up again with Baltimore? So Ravens are in Baltimore. Ravens are in Pittsburgh facing the Steelers. What's the spread on this one?
Right now, you don't have one. Well,
Yeah,
at least where I
and they
saw, you don't
shouldn't-
have one.
And they shouldn't have a spread just
Because-
yet because of the COVID situation, stuff like that. And I'll get into it right now to tell you the Steelers' next 4 games. Ravens being tomorrow or being Sunday. After that, the Chiefs, Colts, Browns. I would be shocked if they might lose all 4 of those games.
All 4? I wouldn't say that against Cleveland.
I'm saying they might.
Correct.
But Cleveland's that's a rivalry game.
Yeah.
They've already played them tough the first time. The Steelers could possibly win or lose 4 in a row.
I mean, of course, yeah.
That's a hot take.
Yeah, that is a hot take.
That's a hot take.
I mean, check it out. Like the
We need a
Ravens.
noise
If
for that, Johnny.
the Ravens are good and they're good playing the Steelers, right? I mean, they haven't played up to their potential yet. If they do, they'll beat them. Then you have the Chiefs, who obviously I think will most likely beat them. Then you have the Colts, we just talked about how good the Colts are, and then you have the Browns after that, which is a rivalry game.
At the beginning of the season, you were just ragging and putting up. I thought that was a noise, but I guess
know,
it was
boy,
a
you
sound
got
here.
distracted.
Yeah,
I
the
really
music.
did.
I was like, oh, boy.
You were basically praising Roethlisberger,
Yes,
and
I
now
am. No, and they're still good, but they're
you're
running
saying
up.
they could lose the next 4.
Yes, those are really, really good teams. I'd be surprised. I say they go 2-2 in that stretch.
Well, and I think if you go
just
2-2,
No, you just said 0-4.
I said that they could go 0-4. I said
That's a hot take.
I'm sure those are working.
That's a hot
Make
take.
sure. Hey, look, I think if you ask the Pittsburgh Steelers, if they go 2-2 with
They're
this
good.
stretch,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think they'd take that.
hell yeah, because they're in the
think they take
playoffs.
that,
They're top seed.
100%.
They're good to go.
Are you
100%.
taking Baltimore? Or are you taking Pittsburgh?
It's
Well-
not out yet.
Well, I'll just
just
say
asking
straight
who's
up,
taking-
straight up right now, I'd go Pittsburgh just because I don't know. Ravens are in a bad way right now.
I'd go Ravens straight up. I think they get it together.
Really?
I think they get it together this game.
Well, I think
Interesting.
I think not having their left tackle is very evident how it's hurting Baltimore, and Pittsburgh has one of the best quarterback hurry defenses in the league, and I mean they could really bother Lamar Jackson.
All right, so we'll move on to the 49ers versus the Rams.
Rams. I
in
don't care what
LA.
the spread is.
Rams -7.
Rams.
All right, now we got Saints versus Broncos. That is in Denver.
Wow. Weather depending. They're gonna
And I
have
guess we'll see Hill once more.
Yeah, and Broncos they're having a quarterback situation over there. I'm taking Saints. What is this? -8, 9, 10.
You have the Broncos, or no, I'm sorry, you have the Saints -6 actually.
Oh yeah, taking
Okay.
Saints. A
Well,
lot of favorites this week.
I will say this though, Denver, they show up at home. Denver
yeah,
plays
but they
well
don't,
at home.
I mean, listen, they're having a terrible quarterback crisis over there again. So I mean, Noah Fant's not even playing that good. They're tight end if they were putting up points, I would think different. But if his ball's out snowing, then of course, it's a little different. But Saints are playing good. Taysom Hill, they're going to play that Wildcat, and I'm going with the Saints.
Austin's bringing up some history, saying Steelers need to lose a game or 2, or they're going to be the 72 Dolphins.
Austin, they're not making it through this stretch without losing. They'll be lucky to win on Sunday.
Well, I found this out. So you got to think about this in terms of, I'll throw this little nugget in there. Teams that have gone undefeated during the regular season are 1-1
Here's my
in
number.
the Super Bowl.
So
Teams that
call
have gone
me maybe.
15-1, their win percentage is bad. So you would think that people say you'd like to lose a game, but really you'd want to go into it undefeated. I mean, your win percentage is higher, even though you've only had 2 of them.
Yeah.
So I got to throw a Joe Applewhite Realty shot in here real quick. 713-291-5270. We were in an oil field. We're going up an elevator in a Holiday Inn. This song came on, and I didn't know he knew it, and he didn't know I knew
people
it.
who are only
And
listening can't hear it.
and we
What
were
song is it?
It's "Call Me Maybe" by Carly Rae Jepsen. I can't believe I know that.
It's cool that you know that.
So
Yeah.
we both start singing this song in the elevator, and then it goes bling, and it opens, and me and Joe are just jamming out, and these people are like, "Oh man,
I can literally see that.
call me maybe."
That's sweet.
Get it. All right.
Awesome. There we go.
How's the
Next.
Buckle game going, Jeff?
I'm going to think about
Chiefs Bucks.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That is in Tampa Bay. The Chiefs are going 9-1. They're going up for, they're trying to go for number 10 on the season.
What's the line? What's the opening line on this one?
Chiefs -3.5.
I'm gonna wait till Saturday or Sunday to post this one because I want to do a little bit more research. Tom Brady comeback games is probably pretty. He's probably pretty good in those. And last time,
Oh, he is.
I mean, so I don't know. But also the Chiefs they look like they won the Super Bowl last year, which
Yeah,
They
they
did.
did. Well, one of the things that Chiefs do not do well that Tom does really well against is they don't rush the quarterback that great. Kansas City's not great rushing the quarterback compared to how some of the teams they've played, and Tom does well in that situation. So that's one of the things. I mean, Tampa Bay at home with 3.5 points. I mean, I'm not saying that they can win that game. I'm thinking they'll win the game outright, but giving them 3.5 points, I think that's pretty advantageous. But I don't know. I'm like Jeff. I'm going to research.
Yes.
I'm going to research,
And
then I'm not going to give you
Wait
my
till
picks.
Sunday to see that pick.
That's what happens when we do the show a little bit early, but we're just doing it because we have Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Call me, baby.
All right, so the last game on Sunday is the Bears, who are 5-5, playing the Packers, 7-3. I know you're excited about this one, Jeff.
Just the rivalry in this game is awesome. I hope it's snowing. Good for them.
Trubisky's starting.
Trubisky's taking more snaps,
Yeah.
so I don't care
Well,
what the line is. I'm going Packers.
The coach keeps still hinting at it, but he hasn't clarified.
You got Packers minus 8.5
Oh,
at home.
I'm going Packers.
Packers have not been great over the last couple weeks against the spread. They've
No,
kind
I
of
know they
disappointed me
haven't.
against the spread over the last couple weeks. So
They're at home
that's
now.
scary.
Probably cold weather. Miss Trubisky. Yeah, I'd take the Packers.
All right, so in this edition of Grants Did You Know?
Yeah, so first off, I'm going to bring up, so of course we have Thanksgiving coming up. So
In a couple hours
things.
here.
Yeah.
Is Tosin coming over?
No, he's not. He's not invited.
Damn. Ow, Tosin.
Yeah. We had a couple things
Johnny
that have
J
happened.
probably has a sweet remix to that song. Call me maybe.
Yeah.
He probably does.
A couple things on Thanksgiving, a couple of big things. Clint Longley, of course, a lot of these have to do with Cowboys just because they play, on Thanksgiving Day. Clint Longley coming back. You got Roger Staubach, who suffered an injury, which forced Clint Longley into the game. Already down 16-3 to Washington. He comes back, gets the Cowboys to an improbable 24-23 victory. As a side note, don't know if anybody knows this little Cowboys history. Clint Longley was cut from the Cowboys because he punched Roger Staubach in the face.
Ooh.
The story is they're in the cafeteria wherever they're eating.
I was wondering how this happened.
And Clint Longley said he was pissed. He felt like he should be starting. And he wasn't. Roger Staubach was. So he looks over to a guy sitting next to him and goes, I know a way to get cut from the team. And he's like, oh, really? What? He stands up, walks across the cafeteria, and punches Roger Staubach right in the face.
Damn.
He got cut.
I love old school
Oh
football.
my
So he was right, yeah.
Roger Staubach didn't fight back, I guess.
No, Roger Staubach, he's like Jesus. He turns the other cheek. Barry Sanders tore the roof off of the Pontiac Silverdome in 1997. He ran for 167 yards and 3 touchdowns on 19 carries against the Chicago Bears. They ended up winning that game 55-20. Then, of course, you got Randy Moss destroying the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. He had 200 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns in that game.
Yeah.
Wow.
You had the butt
200
fumble.
yards?
Yes. You had the butt fumble by Mark Sanchez on Thanksgiving Day. Leon Lett kicking the ball on a field goal. Actually, Earl Campbell played on Thanksgiving against the Cowboys. He ran the ball 33 times for 195 yards and 2 touchdowns as the Oilers beat the Cowboys 30-24.
No wonder he
on
can barely
Thanksgiving.
walk these days.
And then, of
I
course,
still love you, Earl.
And then, of
When
course,
are we going to his house?
No, we're going to Austin to do a show, and Earl Campbell did call me, and he even talked to my son on the phone, but he ran like he usually does.
bragging montage. And then, of course, 2011, Garrett, if you're still listening, he should be. He better be.
Oh, he loves the Cowboys. So.
Texas A&M.
Can I get that?
Justin Tucker kicks the winning field goal for the University of Texas.
Yep.
Beat A&M the last time that they played
9
each other
years ago.
on Thanksgiving. A 40-yard field goal to put A&M down, and you're damn right on that, Aggies. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. So,
Oh, yeah.
you're damn right. Real quick, I just want to
Longhorn.
go over just a couple things on Thanksgiving. Or on November 25th, 1951, Cleveland Browns penalized a record 209 yards against the Chicago Bears. You know that's not even the record. The record's 212 by the Tennessee Titans. Just as something to know. Are we out?
I don't know. The videos, it doesn't matter.
Just as something to know. What's weird about this? So the Cleveland Browns were penalized 209 yards. They were broken. That record was broken by the Titans with 212. Both teams won that game. And the irony is both teams also made it to the final championship game of the season, and both of them lost to the Rams.
Damn.
Titans to St. Louis and Browns to L.A. And then real quick, I will say this. I thought this was really cool. There's a couple things to go over, but I'll say this. This will be my last one.
All right.
November 25th, 1979, Pat Summerall and John Madden broadcast a game together for the first time.
Oh, nice. They were dope. I really enjoyed listening to them,
Dude.
man. John Madden, even though he had like some of the dumbest things ever to say, but
It was the Minnesota Vikings and Tampa Bay Bucks. They broadcast that game. So, and today's Joe DiMaggio's birthday. Happy birthday, Joe DiMaggio.
yeah, Joe. See, those of y'all, for the Jeff 5 real quick, those of y'all living in L.A. don't have gatherings of more than 3 people, or they are turning off your power and water.
Jeez, are you for
I
real?
swear to you, dude. This is nuts.
America, say goodbye to your freedom.
Yeah.
That's what you voted for.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
The best.
Gosh,
So
sucks. I'm sorry.
as
Come
we
to
all
Texas.
kind of thought, the best
They
teams
are.
the best teams are atop the AFC and NFC. The Saints and the Rams top the NFC, and the Chiefs and the Steelers top the AFC. It's going to be real hard not to see those 4 actually meeting up in the playoffs. That'll be fun. All those teams are good. Like I said, Ravens, Chiefs, Colts, and Browns all coming up for the Steelers. It'd be lucky if they go 2-2. And the Tyson fight is on Saturday. There's no referee.
There's no referee.
No, there's not a ref. If there's a cut, they stop the fight. It's 2 rounds. It's a 2-minute rounds.
All right, this is becoming a joke now.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're going to come out punching like they are. They're going to fight, but I got a feeling it'll be stopped real fast. But, look, I'm still, like I told you on Monday, if Tyson, I just want him to walk out in those black shorts with his black shoes ripped up and then go nuts on somebody for...
I know you
Yeah,
want to see the
Most of his
shorts.
fights are only a minute and a half long anyways.
I hear
right?
that, but I
So-
mean, what sucks about that is they've really built it up to this point, and then right before the fight starts, they're like, "Oh, here's a couple caveats, though." Like, I don't know.
No,
That's
I
it.
mean,
know,
it's
kinda
been
sounds
like
like the
that.
Jeff
It's
5.
been like that. But I am single, and
ready to mingle.
it's
Exactly.
8:05. Thank y'all.
That's why I was like, literally got to get
So
out of
Jeff,
here. I got a date.
Jeff, where are you going?
Yeah.
Where are you going tonight?
Going to Paris?
Let's let all the
Or-
ladies know where
I'm
you're
gonna
going.
go meet up with my buddy Carlos for a little bit. Nothing special, and like I said, I
Where
might
at?
I might
Where
go
you
see
going?
Mark tonight out at his house. I mean, it's not gonna be some, But, okay, for those of y'all that don't go out, a lot on like the Wednesday prior to Thanksgiving, Halloween, and New Year's Eve, it is amateur night. It's terrible. You got all the jackasses.
Amateur night.
and-
Amateur for
man,
what?
People throwing up everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah, there's
amateur.
People
so
that
many
generally
Party amateur.
don't go out.
Party
but,
amateur.
Yeah,
exactly.
literally, like
So,
Jeff's a
everyone would show
professional,
back
by
up
God.
to the country bar from where I'm from, and that's where everyone would go the Wednesday
Yeah.
before
And
Thanksgiving.
it's just
Jeff's a going out professional. You bunch of
I
amateurs.
was a long time ago.
well, you were in the bar business.
Yeah, for a long time. But hey, listen, we want to thank y'all for we want to thank Joe Applewhite, 713-291-5270, looking to make a move. He makes the impossible possible. And he's on shopping carts in the grocery store.
There you go.
So Joe Applewhite.
And we got to thank Hybrid Technologies Groups and Roy Stanton. They got you covered when it comes to phone services, cable services, cloud services, anything like this. Give them a call and they will hook you up. Mention Sports with Balls at Hybrid Technologies Groups and you will get a little bit of discount.
And then, of course, Construction Concepts. We want to thank them. We thank those guys. You know what? I also forgot to thank Tosin and Texas AV Productions. You know, they are your event partner for all things live production, setup, designing, installation, corporate events, concerts, and touring support. 281-241-7520. You get a discount and a free consultation if you tell them Sports with Balls sent you.
That's such a
All right.
sweet screensaver. Lauren's
What happened?
screensaver.
What was the screensaver?
What are you talking
It's
about?
Lauren's screensaver on her phone. It's so cute.
What is it?
Oh, I was like, what are you? Yes, it's Colorado.
He is just all over your stuff, man.
I
I'll tell you
know.
what.
She sits right
you
next to
call
me,
my
like-
mom and dad? You want to
know.
look at my screensaver?
I mean,
Oh, man.
look, I did
Jeff
it.
is-
I did it to Grant. I called his wife and got a bunch of dirt on him. So I will. I mean, I'll eventually do it, but we'll see. And y'all pay attention to that. Follow us on all of our social media. Sports with Balls on Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. All of it. We're there. All of these podcasts will
Crank,
be
catch.
up in the next. Crank.
Whatever. I don't know. It's just one word things I
Actually,
wanted to
Crank's
say.
not a bad name for a site.
No.
So, anyway, Jeff Michael, Lauren Leal,
Spin.
Grant Miles. This is Sports with Balls. We'll
Happy
see you on
Thanksgiving.
Monday.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving,
We
everybody.
out.
Peace out.
Jump in my 6'4" and let the top dine. Trunk hitting hard when I swing through H-time. Cup full of oil and an orange kush sweet. Cause this is how we do it in that 713. My candy red paint cocked up on foe. Shocking and body rocking cause the south side ho. DJ Screw got me falling asleep. This is how we do it in that 713.
Welcome